ahwefo me chi obi am obi akwaba eba Fawohodie TV so baby a obi a wo hwe me bia no me mo bia fihia pa agya o he de kata ye hwini ya na je se covid-19 na yeso ye bo ehu dawuru se baby a obi a no upie wo ya de intervals ene se wo be hye nose mask no ya de a ehia pa na ene dwumadi e ba be di no ehu ebehia se wa otu afidi echi a wo hwe me share the video like video no na comment bia wo bia no fabra a hair talk ye be kasa afa ya pomudie ho enema ene nsem ne yare ahodo bia etimi nya ye nipa ye bisua ho ade na ya hwe kwan hodo a sa yare ene enema nketinketi ekofa ba ene kwan ya menum yi no ye betimi abo ye ho ban na ya gye ho afiri ho na akoba ni sey no na chese o se ye pe omo a omunim de animdifo na ye ne won atwetwe sankomi na omo so nimde enyankopon de momo no o mafa so akyerɛkyerɛ ama yenso yenya mfa so bebre e de afrim eno ntino wo hwɛ me nkyɛn a me sister ba akɔpɛ na me mu ne din sesei me kɔ ne nkyɛn na mama no akɔ aba ene so papa utimi se enyu bi kwana be ka kyerɛw nurse phobia omo ho fe ya de da ho no nurse ni bia so wo form ene de we den a entino abusua ene be di nkomo afa depression ho won se ene nkomo di ni se hu hia pa depression e di na be bre ene banipa abraboso entine ye be gibre na yesua ho ade me pa cho me mo akwaba
Yeah.
uradia otitwi class na me me pa cho na kwa first time I dey share dwumadi ase no obobo din a kire viewers na omahunu ene adwuma wo ye
Okay. For your friend me Jockey Bed, mama fear to be a oche. Me a nurse ni.
wow mame yadase se enye obia na ensim adwuma yi no time no aha but se wotu ho si wo se head talk ewo Fawohodie TV so no obejebre na oni edi nkomo no nyankopon hyira wo na onkoso ma ho ban me patcho ye mre ne ye disua no so ahwefo on share video na bomode na share video no efa mame share ni nu akiri na se na wanya bi hwe no afoforo a wo ba bi nsu nya dwuma de ni mu chefa me patcho ye bedi nkomo afa depression ya ka say depression a ayeden
Okay. Normally it say, oh, this person is depressed, and as a nipa we in depression and now bibisa. Yeah, in yeah field no, you kind of is a mood disorder. It's a feeling of sadness, loss, anger that affect our daily activities. Sometimes when somebody is depressed, like it's actually a continuous something. We sometimes mix depression with mood and as a sadness. Mood dear sometimes if we want to or like during the day, on feel say oh this time like me feel it down and now bibi hano. That one no is a very short time, like it's for a very short period. But then depression, no, it's a continuous something. Sometimes nipa nebe sorry, waye mudi, ondidi, onkaso biaho, like changes are in normal activities. To say oh, you are very active, you are very lively. But then when you are depressed, for continuous for like 2 weeks, a month and over, you would be behaving abnormal from your normal activity. How like things are going through your head, like bibi show so nema how, but you don't have anybody to talk to. Untimini obiankasa inti like it is disturbing you. Out of that, utimi nya depression.
hey wow na eno no ye wo situations ahodo a etoya etimi eme depression na
I sometimes obi wo honoma Maybe only, like nipa no go through some series of abuse, violence, a whole lot of stuff from home, from the environment, from the family. And sometimes say yes or nah, like it has had an effect on the person. So it actually bothers the person. Nipa no out of that can actually be depressed. Sometimes also as youth and as young people, like our funny in our marriages, in our relationship with people, in our workplaces, something may be going on. Like a title. Want to obi enkan or you can't get it out of you, but na it is affecting you.
Obiara na bibi saa ha na aya na audition mu ana cause I think say you awofo honom and your brothers and sisters, your friends. And you know, say when the man and if you cry before then no say bibi ehaya one the right person. I was say you know isusu saa adekro no.
A trusted person. Obia uji nidi say. Masama me ko catch sanipa we. Men baby. Most of the times people get depressed because of lack of trust. Ebia bibi hano. They want to talk to someone. O person oni obi enka wasem. O person obi enche. But osho say ebia nipa we amekoka masema chini. Ochina nko okoka tribia. And in our modern world, it is difficult to find someone you can trust because ebia owa dream no make catch like mejiwudi it make catch pacho men kan tribia. Meka asem na chere you no me dane me ho no na the next person that say when it happens like that it is something that is so valuable a person me obi nche na emfi me so na at least me feeling at ease but then my catch also wa catch obi out of the fact say wa catch obi no like how do I even put it
Me bacho yes matuwase pa
na a whole lot so
now one say you will be so ho no ma ono no naturally or you be a oni nipa ensusu asem ho enye say e bia bibia si before si waka obi asema chiro bi na nipa no na o trust no ene nipa no ene obi su kodi asem no ho nkomo ana se wan kipi asem no ene na mabonten so enye because of that but ono ankasa no naturally no or you be a oni obi ensusu asem ho sankrofon ayana you wouldn't be on Tessa, and I say, and also you be no causes.
Like you said, naturally, sana nipaneti. Ebia, nipani that type, bibi hana, obet me a year finimu, on dream, ebia. Ebi so nipani yobia, on to me infinimu. Hana like na or dream because on to me control be or he or she can share it with somebody, not like or dream and burdening yourself so much with a lot of things, no, you actually putting pressure on your brain and on yourself. The brain to get tired. Yeah, you know, yes, and also brain. As you are burdening yourself, you are not easy enough. Wa esho mu so like untimin control be na esho naturally like turn out, you know. Those people are normally prone to depression because they are not able to get things off their head. And then when depression sets in, a whole lot of thoughts come into your head. That is what actually causes Nkrofo to commit suicide.
Me pacho me ba ho me bang ye mre no so you see ye hunu causes no say ye kan you be naturally on obi nsusu asem ho
sometimes it's from the family hereditary area. In your family, that is what is there. People normally get depressed. It is a genetic something. When you are from such a family, you are prone to having depression in some part of your life. Yeah. Also, no, if say bia interfere to bakunya depression, the possibility of the other person also having depression and also 70% is high. Yes. So many things causes depression. Sometimes, like peer pressure. To say, yeah, boys squad. He can't take bullying. He can't take mockery and all of that. But who him and us and among the friends, no, there are people bullying him or her, mocking him, violence, abuse, and all of that. All of those things can actually cause the person to coil up out of that, not like or drink, not a hano. The person is actually prone to depression.
abusuafo bomodern se video no obokoso na wa share senebeya de onya program ni bi enhweye no wono so ebenya bi na wa hwe me pacho yehunu courses yi yenko effect se asɛm no ehyemi mu bibi na tumi mentimi kan chiru bi ene adade na me ye depressed a dia ben how ene de bremi nipa no
We are depressed. That's a ultimate contributor. And then sometimes it ends up in suicide. Sometimes I have to say, oh, Obia committed suicide. You may not you may actually never know. Something was going on with the person. Like a person knew because recently me who video be on is a picture on Madame Fubi status, and it's a young boy who has committed suicide out of depression. Ebia Bibi Hano, he wants someone to talk to. Of late, so but say young people are committing suicide. Ask yourself what is bothering them, what is actually wrong. Ebia Nipano go through something that they are not able to talk it out. They are not able to come out of it. Something is actually eating them out. Something is going on in their life. To me, ember out of it to speak it up to ease themselves. It all comes back to lack of trust, because when yani papa and share na they would end up in Tesana. It's like they are alone, and then like when you are depressed, a lot of thoughts come into your head, and suicide is number one. It's number one. Well, when I was doing my research, according to WHO, suicide is the second largest cause of death among the youth between 15 to 29 years because of depression. Because when you are depressed and you are alone, when you are thinking, that is when a whole lot of things begin to come into your head. Should I run away? Should I kill myself? Should I hang myself? Should I jump from the building? And so it's like, it's like you want to ease that. And see, suicide is the major thing that actually people end up doing when they are depressed.
Aside suicide and the baby.
Aside suicide, normally they actually drift away from like ebusiafo and down for even in their workplace. To say be not first zenipa na productive or to me ejuma or active. You realize that ebedu baby no na let me see, yes, like they are isolated on person obeka no ho konipem, like they're actually totally different. They don't even eat like they normally eat. They have sleepless nights. They are not able to do normal activities. Sometimes on person sometimes on didi, like they won't even laugh. Sometimes it's like omubofu. Just like that, you wouldn't know what is going on, but then nipani wofu, nipani raho, what is wrong with you? They wouldn't be able to tell you. So a whole lot of things. Everyone on to me dream, like his sense of reasoning, and I think it is not accurate, these are some effects that if somebody is depressed, you would actually see, or yes, we actually call it symptoms. That will actually, you actually see that, oh, okay. And then when the person is depressed, thoughts of evil things, like bad things. Example is a suicide. Suicide is the least thing the person would actually do. Like last resort, or best resort is so when to me Obiankasa, that is what they do.
Now, yeah, can you say, I want to ask, say, broken heart. Broken heart. Okay. In relationship, no. Me no, my dream is say, and I said, maybe so. And no, a bit in my head. Causes, Causes, like, say, you're ranking the percentage. I think, say, a bit matic be 99%. And I'm boa.
Broken heart.
And I'm boa.
Oh, Obiani, how they overcome relationship issues when it comes to this stuff. Obi wɔ hɔnom a, when like so you're broken heart, they can just brush it off. Obi nso wɔ hɔnom a ɔntumi. Eti obiara ne way or ne way a otimi handle pain and overcome pain in no de untimi nkase because mainly broken hearts can it's 90% of that no
because doctor bi chain na office na amanfo te abonten a ja mo twen se omboko na mo ka mo yale a che doctor na wa twere durambo mo doctor na ti wa wo sun enti bibi se no se pania kra na wase de wo onza won hia na o maida ko wutuo anamboa.
Oh yes, because when you are in a state of depression it's like sometimes bibi aye wishi and then you are not able to do your work effectively. Like, say necessary 1 year, no, you won't even be able to study if so you are a student and now you are a worker who, like you said, a doctor or a nurse who is supposed to always be learning in order to get new ideas or new ways to attend to their patient. On to me, nurses and doctors attend to patients. When it happens like that, what patients no crowd over in no crowd. It's like a border. Because the person is going through something, you also come to add yours to the person. And see on to me and affect like Nejumana or war. They can or they may give you wrong diagnosis or wrong medications or anything. And see depression is something that is not really cool.
Na sisia na me yadwuma. Mo sa mudi mu. Me no me say me ne ye nyina sesa. Yes, and still now I have to go to work. What am I saying? You are depressed. But fancy and weekdays also, and I say if you want to weekend that I was so cool. And I can't walk because why depressed now? A bit more affected. You man now walk away. And is it advisable? Say me fee. Na mama excuse me. And I say, still now say me call aduma.
It depends on the kind of work you are doing. If you know you are working that's like you are doing a work that would actually either save a life or lose a life, and you are in such a state, it is advisable that at least you take some time off to heal yourself before you go. For instance, a nurse or a doctor who is depressed, and you are actually taking care of patients to save life. Yes. So you are in such a mood or a state. You know, say, this is it. So if you are going to work, you are putting the patients in danger. If you know you can't think straight to do your work effectively, it's advisable you also be a patient and stay home, so that at least you will save someone's life rather than having to go and harm someone's life because of you or because of the state that you are in. So, yes.
Wow. Abusanfo. Hey, ne. Wow, and many dwumadi no pa. You go so but more than say obehye video no. Na ye sure say every week bia no. At least weekend no. Ye de hair talk yi ebebro. Se ne be ya na wotwe bia no obenya nkyerɛkyerɛ bi sei na aboa ama ye hunu ti bia bia ye wum ne yale ahodo bi ne kwan befa so a ye betimi aboa ho ba me pa cho ye hu effect any causes no say obi aye depressed a kwan be no befa so a den na wonye den ankasa na wonye se ne be ya enko to the extent say obe commit suicide obe yi bibi anase bibi etesa.
You normally don't have to diagnose yourself, say, like, my depressed. Yeah, it is just a mood swing. But then, like, here starting saying mood no is for a shorter period. Yeah, just the day, within the day. And it is normal for someone to feel sad and cry, especially if, say, maybe a relative is dead or a friend is dead. Within some period of time, you would cry, you would feel sad. But then depression actually takes a longer period. Before you be diagnosed of depression, you should show some symptoms for like 2 weeks and above, like you're always crying, you are moody, you are anger, you are anxious, you are not able to reason, like a whole this the symptoms now boss so early on. So you just don't stay home and say, oh, okay, I'm depressed or something. No, you would have to be diagnosed of depression. So if you are, and then normally when people are depressed like that, we have ways. Sometimes they are given antidepressants, a draw, yes. Sometimes to we call something psychotherapy. You talk, you would actually talk to someone. Out of the talking and all of that, you would be able to ease yourself up some of the burden that is burdening. And then, like, even as normal human beings who are not depressed, like we say, when something is bothering you, that's a show. So when you talk to someone, you realize that, like, you are okay because you've been able to a few more. So in depression cases, such a procedure is used. You actually talk to them, get them to talk, to ease them of some of the burdens and all of that. And then you don't always have to leave them alone, because in such situations, no, when they are left alone, they can harm themselves in so many ways. And then you have to take away any harmful say and as a knife and anything, in order for them not to use it to harm themselves. No, because say be sure, so you feel like, why don't I just end it? And then not like na me hon me. So the only resort they will resort to is suicide. So say nema domo that can harm them. Say ahoma and I say sekana ebisa. They will use it to harm them. And in such situations, and say yenja omo like omo honkwa, you should always have people around them in order for them to feel one thing. Because when you are depressed, you feel yourself say like misuni faswo, like I'm wordless, there is no hope anywhere. So if somebody is feeling this way, you can imagine. When they are in such situations, you don't leave them alone. That is when they need love. You bring them closer. You talk to them. You manage to be a trusted person that they can talk to.
Sponsor young Crophobia on ma. One in it one, one netifie. What means assume as he Nancy the way he did, it means a no man could. But once you boo on so, say, what casa on a beck cassa, obey, you know, and the panaclabia of offering a class on us on cancer. Mammy, Nancy, me who ye didn't how. Was it you boo on ma? Still now, no nippon approaching no one can. A dinner, no, yes, once you boo was no young can answer him. Oh, the matron, yes, Oka, yes, oh, once you boo on ma. Where type of person, see, be crown putting now, or becan in the wedding. Nibuafu nipa no depressed. I was saying nipa ben no nipa ni ndi nkomo, what nipa tunufu nipa shi ni nkran, but nipa kure ya so ko no wonso a o kasa abuyi edi no se me ne such person eti if you ba kuma den na menye.
So you don't have to leave the person alone.
Edi me nkono nkume
Onku. You still don't have to leave the person alone. Just be around Nipano. Like, don't give the person a reason to actually believe, say, yes, me, you're hopeless, and now me, you're worthless, and now say, because if say you give them even the slightest sign that, like, sign will make them feel like they are worthless, then they won't even let you come close. Besides, everybody has their weakest point. At least just find a nice way to be able to get to that person. Don't say that like because say not say anything they say. No, find a way to get to the person. Everybody actually has a weakest point. So just be able to get to that point and speak to the person.
And I advise ben and I hold them ma to say you will want to answer she in front of him. Do minimo. But I'm say Nancy bibi how. But any men they ham into no. Me like me few me could be so bibi akrampo. Ebi so a na won come out in the bidino. And a bit my boy, I'm nippon a freezer at be enti dear advice and I dema or more motessa. say ubi oti be musana enye ono anaze enye ni nua na bibi nti no onfa ho baby ni pa no so no on like onimu na won ne din komo ekoba sana e dey advice na de ma omo motesa.
Sometimes before you will do something, I always say that ask yourself, if it were me, what will I do? So if it were you in that situation, and then you are behaving like that to someone in that situation, would you be happy about it? You see, we are all human beings, but then it looks like now, no, we are so self-centered, like you're doing young choir, just because just because it is not happening to me, so I don't care. No, you don't do that. We have to care about each other. Be your brother's keeper. And see, fine, it is not happening to you. It is happening to someone. So, like, no, show some care. Because this word is a very round word. The next moment, it can be you. You never know. Even in the next second, it can be you. So don't feel like because and found no, treat the person like you would want someone to treat you when you are in that situation.
Wow, ya bada sipa na edi enkomodi ne bawe ye finally bibia ka obeka afa ene topic yesu ho de ho a obetimi aka bibi wa ka chiri na bi na pese wo kan di twato a obetimi aka.
Okay, depression is actually a broader topic. When you read about it and all of that, it's a very broader. It goes deep, but because of our time, it will say you're trying to short. Okay, so what I would advise, let's say, in order not to be depressed or get into that state, always speak to someone. Speaking to someone doesn't mean that speak to just anybody. Find at least someone you can trust. You can actually trust, say trust. Because it is difficult to actually trust people of late. And then find someone you can actually trust. Like Sandy Powede, Michinidi says, I may come as a trainer. Like I said, you find someone to trust. Because if you come as no, the next moment it's somewhere else. And it's painful, some can't some not the next moment baby honomo. It's very painful. So in order not to get to that state, it's either you would learn how to let things go and not let things get to you that much, or you would find someone to talk to each time you feel like you are getting there. And also you, the person that you're actually being talked to, please and please, if the person doesn't trust you, so please let's learn to be trusted people and so that this depression and ending up in suicide, because a lot of youth are dying these days and it's as a result of depression. A lot of things are going on with them and they can't talk to anybody because they are afraid to talk to someone. So yeah, serious, Fanuko Hospital. Let them examine the person. Because you feel say after a period of time, like frequent the hospital. If you see say nipa no nyama ya na oye no from the normal assessment, please and please, let's take them to the hospital and let's treat people who are in such situations as if it were us that we are being there.
Wow, abusuafo ene megidi se na masua de afiri ene topic ni mu no. Sanso ena wa wohwe me anase wa wohwe yen. Wonso osua de afirim. Yemwa obiti enkyirikyiri ya ebeboa ama akonfohye ahodo a ekoso anase nipa obi di ni ho awu ni we ni nyina no anase ayi depressor ebema eso ayeden ate do yentimi entunase, but say unya san cheche na odi tu trima abrebia no uhu kwan abefa so a onko saati bi enim na enkofa ha obi anyeden embrawo enti sene wa wo hwe me wonya nkyerɛkyerɛ na odi atu trim no mesrew wo share video no ma obi a ebema obi enso anya nkyerɛkyerɛ bi na ono so aboa no yenuanom yebusuafo enamfofo ono bi ehia so a na odi ho nkomo eden ekere no boa na gi obi enkwa mame before say be kokora no aja afutu be na adema viewers no about covid yes ye hore yensa yenhye news max yenyisi dodo na so nje ameni no utisi montenso police for na ye chairman for pa ye chairman for so bi asora no pa akoto ni kinki na kinki ni wan fa ndru fe ni ache ni kinki ni nyina eko police station mi wa ade su ne bonye den just one city pay it no dey advice and now the ma protocols for covid on.
Okay, me patrol send government has brought, and then health facilities and all of that have brought me mature. COVID is actually real. It is killing people. Like a being jindi, a baby didn't say yeah, it's for but no, everybody is dying. Even the youth are even dying more now than the so please wear your face mask. It is very important. Wear it, wash your hands, use your sanitizer, the social distancing. Yes, sometimes who are down for chair and all of that, you would want to hug. But please, let's be cautious because your life is more important than the hugging you are giving that person. If you have to save your life right now, in the next 5 years to come, you still see that friend and hug the friend. So please, let's keep all the protocols, washing our hands, social distancing, our face masks, everything. Please, it's important.
Wow, me pacho ebiana obi sharing from Ghana and also from abroad. Na nipa no make us say why depressed. Nipa no betimi anybody nkita ho. Ebi za ho no. Ha dwene de. Ene me pacho wotimi de o contact ema viewers na ebeboa.
Okay, Timpacho, you can talk to me or reach me on 0549 773989.
Comment section no ebia na o topic bia wo suggest say ye treat e beboa ye nyina no bomodin ne fabra comment section wo na ye bedi hu dwuma aside that na bibia about health and na wonte ho ase a send your number no at the screen ase no ofra on sabeka nurse na obeje first one dey openi papa number no sa WhatsApp ana boa yes enti no we send the message on WhatsApp a obe reply ofra so binya time so owo time nko ade a ono bekasa na ono so mo betimi de aboa no ode aboa aha ene ye di dwumadie no ne ebesi me pacho na wo chia no ye koyi.
Okay, Micha Ganafonia. Micha Elvis K. So name Elvis K. Yeah, Micha Masori Fonia, if papa me mommy, me now for everybody. Church of Pentecost Ministers kids, I greet you all.
All right, I will say do see me din any DJ Powers. Nyankopon ya adoma. Next week ye be say shia. Me do bia se wo jebre na wo hwe. Nyankopon shiru bia na onka bia ho. Bye bye.